G'day survivors, this is Luthais, and today we're going to start with the ultimate survival guide for Miscreated. The first thing I want to tell you guys is when you start a game is to go to player setup, choose your name, and then choose whether you're going to be a male or female. Now guys, because this is the most immersive game I've ever played, if you're a male, please be a male, and if you're a female, please be a female. There's nothing weirder than seeing a female in the game and hearing a guy's voice. The second thing is the settings. Now, my settings are set perfectly for recording, and basically what you do is if you put VSync off and you've got a high-end PC, just put the frames per second to unlocked to get the best performance, and then your default field of view will be 55. Now I've played around with this, and a lot of players put it to max, but you get fisheye, a lens kind of effect. And if you want the most realistic field of view, first person and third person, then 65 to 70 would be the best. On your brightness, you can only set it up to 125%, so you can only adjust it to 25%. It doesn't make a major difference. Now, on the graphic settings, I've got a low spec PC, so what you need to do is set your anti-aliasing mode to full SMAA2TX, because it doesn't affect the performance that much, but viewing stuff at a distance, it definitely affects. I've got everything to low. Shading and shadows probably has the biggest effect on your frames. But like again, if you've got a high-end PC, you can set everything to very high. And if you've got Windows 10, it will help you a lot to get the maximum immersion and see just how beautiful this game really is. Motion blur helps a bit if you don't like the quick movements. And it just smooths out your frames nicely. But I don't really like it. And then tessellation is another DirectX 11 application, which just refines it a bit, but no frames per second drop that I've seen. And lens flare costs you a frame or two, but I love the lens flare because it just adds a bit more immersion. The viewing distance, I haven't seen any difference. If I set it to full distance or 1000, doesn't matter, so I'll just set it to full and apply there. And then your audio, I put the music off, guys, for the plain and simple fact that this is the most immersive game I've played, so I don't want any music. And then you've got your basic mouse sensitivity and control and camera speed, and then you guys can go change your key bindings if you want to. Now, the greatest thing about this game is all the servers that you can play on. When you start the game, you'll get a bunch of official servers. I don't know exactly how active the admins are on these servers, but you're going to get floating bases on most of the servers. So there's no strict rules. So what I would suggest, the first part of the survival guide is all about solo players and new players, and people wanting to know how to get the best start in this game, okay, and how to learn everything and map awareness and all that kind of stuff. My second part will be more intermediate mode, and then my third part of the series will be hardcore PvP. Now, what I've done is I went and looked at all the servers, which are mostly not official servers, and there's a big list here, as you can see. But for immersion purposes, I went through all of them in this past week, tried a bit of them, and I added favorites. Now, I haven't played on most of these, but I'm just giving you an example of what options you've got. Here you can see there's a PvP server with factions. You can see another friendly server, no PvP. There's no kill on sight. There's one with weapons spawning 3 times faster and only day. First person only, and then no fly bases gets banned because it's an active administrator, which is the best thing that I've ever seen. And then strict role playing, no kill on site. The role playing servers, especially the whitelisted servers, are very professional. You have to have role playing experience, and before you can join the server, you need to answer a few questions, go onto Discord, and tell the people exactly what character you're going to portray. So that's quite really cool for role playing. And then, yeah, just the walking Miscreated. The guy gives his Discord channel here, which is nice. There's a few no flying bases, which I love. But what I'm going to do today is, when you start this game, to learn everything, for the first part of the survival guide, I'm going to be focusing on people who want to learn everything there is to learn about this game. And to do that and not die constantly, you're going to need to join a server with between 1 to 10 players on the server to give you time to learn the map and to see where everything spawns and to know which areas are more important than others. So I have picked a server which I haven't played on at all, and if I can just find it quickly. Okay, like you can see, I've got a bunch of favorites here. You guys can ask me questions in the comments if you want to, but here it is. Inet home base, no floating base, equals a ban. It's got 2 players on. Early in the morning, it's got high ping, but that doesn't matter. So, let's get going. Okay guys, here we are, in the best survival game that I've ever played in my life. And the most immersive, definitely. I'm a fresh spawn, as you can see. That's basically what you start with. One thing to remember when you start is you can always tear your shirt into a rag. So all you're going to do is, if you get shot or if you get attacked by an animal, if you get a bleeding marker for any reason, you take the shirt to your pants and then you just right click it and you can turn it into rags. Okay? So that's a good tip. You don't need to run around naked, but I mean, just remember that. Now, in the description below, the first thing we're going to do is get you some map awareness, okay? And the map that you get in the game is very vague, and your graphics has to be set to very high to see everything. But in the description, open that link, and then what I want you to do is study that map, okay? It's going to give you all the vehicle spawns except for the 2 new vehicles, all the caves and all the bunkers, and show you exactly where every town is that you can navigate through the map. And what I do is I print it out, okay? Copy the image and just print it out so you've got it with you permanently to always use as reference. Now we've started here at a little campsite, and the first objective that you're going to have is to get rags, okay? If you are lucky enough to find a backpack, that's great, but if not, you're going to need to find rags, because that is your first crafting item. 1 rag and 1 rope. Now it takes 4 rags to make a rope. As you can see there, you can make a rope as well. If you're lucky enough to find a rope, that would be great, but that is going to be your first focus, is to get more space, okay? Here we can see it's a jerry can used for a vehicle, and in these vehicles here, you're going to get items here, and then you're going to sometimes get a gun in between there. Now, to find rags, it's quite easy if you go to houses. Okay, we're not going to pick the oil up again. It's used for vehicles and Molotovs, which we don't need now. And with the vehicle, you're always going to look at the driver's seat, and then you're going to look on the back side, and then again just go around the vehicle, okay? And then you'll get something there as well. If the bonnet is away, you'll find ammo and guns in front, okay? Just to show you the basic spawn locations. These normally have sleeping bags in them, like here. there I can tear a rag off it. Okay, so I've already got a rag for free. Sleeping bags, beds, cushions, any material that you can tear rags off is going to be a good idea. Now, if you're looking at the map, there are 4 locations that you want to focus on when you start the game. Number 1 will be Rocky Ripple. That's on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Rocky Ripple, Trailer Park, and then Horseshoe Beach. In the center, you will see Pinecrest, but just above Pinecrest, over the bridge, you'll see another extension of Pinecrest, which is also a nice safe spot to get started. And if you spawn on the bottom right hand of the screen, then basically you're going to have to try and survive in Brightmoor to get loot, or you can go all the way to Pine Parks, okay, which is also a great spot. Now I'm just going to figure out where I am, and then I'll be back now. Okay, I just found a house close to the area that I spawned at, and these are very nice houses because you can enter that garage inside the house and it's got a double story. Now any front part of a house normally has car parts in, and you can see you can get parts in by the dustbins as well. And you can search everything. This is a new addition to the game, and I highly recommend that you do this because you can find very interesting items. The only places that I will not search is electrical items, because that gives you electrical parts which you're only going to need later in the game. Okay, we don't need to focus on the electrical parts, but the boxes and the bags and everything, you always get interesting items there that will definitely help you on your journey. And because survival is key, it's going to be very important. Okay, so let's just skip that. Just scan there. Always look around, guys, because where you look, the text will come up. It's very important where you're looking to get the right spot. Okay, and just to give you a quick guide on houses. Again, every cushion can give you a rag, and you can search. You can search the couch as well. Couches don't really have. It's very little, but you do find rags and ammunition inside them. Here is normally gun spawns, and of course every single little drawer like this has got ammunition in it. So it's always good to look for that. But like you can see, I'm just walking around. A water bottle is a great addition because it's very light, doesn't take a lot of weight. You can always fill it up. So let's just see if we can get the rags. As you can see, the blanket and the cushion, there's nothing there now, but the blanket and the cushion gave me rags. And in here you can always get car parts. And if you need nails, guys, these are the toolboxes that you're looking for. Okay, anywhere where it says salvage tools, you can pick up nails, just like I did there. Got the nails. And the nails are very important for starting a base. And a base is very important so that you can keep all the great loot that you found at your base for in case you die. So while you're exploring and you're not focusing on PvP, you don't want to really keep all the great guns, all the great loot that you found. And what I normally do is I just consume everything that I find. Looking in the bags again, I've found a gas mask in a black bag, which is fantastic because you can survive any kind of tear gas or nerve gas grenade. So that gives you a heck of a lot of protection. In cupboards like this, you'll find weapons inside and on top. Not that one specifically, but ones like that. Always look underneath a table and on top. And like I say in the beginning, just eat the food because space is going to be your biggest problem in the beginning. And always look in places where they can hide something. There's a gun spawn sometimes, and on top there's a gun spawn. Then again, I'm not going to really focus on the boxes. I've already told you guys about that, but I'm looking in the shelves on top and just checking everything and looking at the text. And rags are my priority, so just making sure I'm not missing anything. Looks like we can't tear the blanket, but that's fine. And then going in here. If you find a backpack, guys, first mission accomplished. But trust me, I've played games where it took me very, very long to get a backpack. So you always want to do this in the beginning as a backup plan. Bathrooms, always good for bandages. Don't drink out of the toilet. There is that option, but it's not necessary. So that's basically how fast you can loot a house. Okay, so let's get moving. I want to get away from this mutant. Okay, I know now more or less where I am because I've found a road. And anytime you get small little places like this, the chances that you're going to walk into other players are much less than when you're in big towns. So whenever you find small places like this, go through them. You can find great items for your base and car parts, but again, that is not your priority in the beginning. Your priority in the beginning is to have ample storage space and just to get a bit geared up. Helmet is great, gives you a medium defense, helping you protect your head, and it looks cool. Again, electrical parts, we don't want that. I'm going to take these pants because they're great. So all I'm going to do now, if I want to pick up the pants to loot quickly, I drop mine, pick up that one, look at mine, and just left click on everything. Okay, nice fast way to loot. Again, just looking everywhere, making sure I don't miss anything. Again, just keeping the boxes for now. Don't want to take up too much time, but please search every box and every bag. Nice, we can look at this. The cap, you can't tear the cap up. Remember, it must be material. So we're not interested in this. And I'm just going to loot this area quickly. And yeah, just let you guys see what locations I look at. Okay, couch, again, electrical parts, ignore that. And I'm not going to waste my time with couches. I've already got a water bottle. Not going to waste my time with couches because the chance of me getting something is too low and it wastes a lot of time and brings you into danger. Now on top here, you can see there's a nice loot location. There we go. And there we have a nice nailed bat with saw blades in. Now guys, this thing packs a punch, doesn't hit very fast, but the chances of you giving someone a bleeding marker is great. So like I said, looking in houses are always great, and you can just see where I'm looking at. And of course, the rags is still a priority for us. There we go. How many rags have we got now? 5. There we go, guys. That was quick and easy. So, first thing, click on the rope, craft it. As I said, sleeping bags, cushions, and blankets. Perfect for that. There we've got the rope now. If you look in the inventory, rope and duct tape and stuff like that gets put on your belt. And now we need one rag and a rope. And there we go. Now always when you craft something, go out of your inventory and go back in, okay? And everything will be refreshed. And there you go. I've got 5 extra slots, so it's going to be much easier looting now. Again, looking for bandages in there if it's open. And again, search clothes. Okay. And Just checking here if I can see anything. I like to get extra nails. And I'd like to show you the other toolbox, but let's just go through these few houses to give you a basic idea of how to loot. Again, it's material, so I can turn it into a rag. Not a problem there. Okay, looking over the bed, you can get guides. Sometimes there's something underneath the bed, but yeah, the chance of that is also small. But most of the things you'll be able to see quite quick, like that. Electrical, no, we're not interested in that. That's just a skull. Going in here, behind any table, you've got a good chance of a gun. And look at that, guys. I can't even see the gun. Right there. Okay, so if your graphic settings aren't set high, it is very difficult to see it. But there we go. How do you guys like that for a start? A Chris V, a Vector with ammunition. We're already a lethal weapon with these odd little houses that we get here. So guys, yes, if you follow my basic steps, then getting looted up won't be that difficult in the beginning. Now, on a populated server, it will be much more difficult, but it is good in the beginning to know where the spawn locations are. Okay, you can always have some fun with a jerry can. There we go. Okay, keep things interesting. You can always use that later on when somebody enters your house and you want to blow him, you want to set him on fire. Just going to see if there's a toolbox here. And again, my gun is not on single shot from the start, so I'm going to press control to get it on single, because there's rapid and single. Okay, you don't really want to waste bullets like that. And rapid is nice for close quarters, but yeah, just playing around or shooting a mutant in the head, you definitely don't want to waste bullets, because I wasted 2 shots there very quickly. Okay, and now we can start looking for food that we can store. Alcohol is not a priority. Again, just checking things. You can get a gun there sometimes, and like you saw with the Chris V, look, always focus on where you look at. Okay, because where you're looking at will be the difference between seeing something and not seeing something. And sometimes it is quite difficult to spot things. I normally get a stove pack there, so that's nice as well. But yeah, relatively set at the moment. We've got our horseshoe pack, and now we're going to focus on one of those areas that I told you guys about. The 2 on the bottom left and the 2 on the bottom right, and the 1 in the center. Okay, so I'll be back when I get to one of those. Another important tip, survivors, is that although I want to stick to the road to get me more familiar with where I am, I never want to run on the road. Okay, if I see a clan or a player, the forest is a great way to get away, or there's always a place to hide. Okay, so always remember that. And like I said, with the 65, I can still see my shoes there if I want to. See how cool my guy looks. So that's quite nice. Now, basically, Sultan is going to be that way. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go over those mountains to Pinecrest to go and loot there. But what I'm going to do now is show you guys how cool a cave can be. So I'm going to head to Sultan's 2 caves and just give you a quick overview on how you can loot that, which is also very safe. Okay, so this is the first sign I've come to. Pinecrest will be that way, and past Pinecrest I can go to Brightmoor, and on the left hand side Sultan is that way, and Woodhaven. Okay, because Pine Parks is a bit too far for me, and then Horseshoe Beach and Rocky Ripple, I'm going to need to run quite a long distance as well. I'm going to focus on the caves because that will be my safest option. So what we're going to do again is just run where we can see stuff. And remember to use your alt, guys. You can press the right mouse button, hold it in to see a bit better to see if you see any movement, and you can press alt to look behind you, okay, and look around you for any survivors. And then all we're going to be doing now is that is the Salton gas station, and Salton will be to the right of that gas station. And we're going to stay in cover. Again, if I have to run away, I can get lost or I can lose the enemies very quickly. Now, another tip, okay? You can see there's the water pipe, and what you basically want to do is, as soon as you see the gas station there and the sign there, the railing before the sign, you're going to want to move this way. And I just heard a mutant getting attracted. So, yeah. I just want to see how many players are on the server. We're going to go exclamation mark pop. We're going to see there's 2 other survivors on the server, so we're not alone, but that's fine. Okay, and okay. When you see this place, you're basically going to go into the water, and you can drink directly from the water, but it's going to give you radiation. Let me just show you. If I drink from the water, there, 1% radiation. Okay, which isn't a great idea. Rather drink from your bottle. You're going to hear a sound of refilled, and then you're going to drink. Okay, there you hear it. We've just refilled the bottle, so we're safe with that. Now, as soon as you get to this little river, you're going to stick to this wall. Okay, and I like to go into first person view so that I don't miss anything. You're going to skip that open part there. And all you're going to want to do is hug this wall. And just keep looking to your right, because you are going to see steps very soon. There we go. Here's the steps. And in these boxes, you can find different parts as well. But it's basically car parts. And yep, yeah, we already got a nice, cool looking pants. And there we go. We're looking even more stylish now. So yes, again, we can get rags here. So the caves are great for horseshoe pack purposes. Like I say, the sleeping bags are great places. And we're getting a bandage there, which is great. And we're getting nails and okay, we don't need the barbed wire, but we want the nails. So we're going to throw the barbed wire away. And yeah, just checking everything. Okay, pick up the food, pick up that. And of course you can get a gun. You can get guns here as well. But just remember to always look carefully. And that's the first cave, which can give you things. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run right across here and just show you how to get to the cave if you're in Salton. Okay, so I'm going to follow a straight line here. Not perfectly straight, but there. Behind the church, if you run directly behind the church, then you'll be able to see the cave as well. But what I'm now going to do is I'm going to stick to the river, and because there's a river on that side, and we're going to get to the other cave location. Okay guys, one more tip. If you're walking, then mutants, you won't get detected very easily, and most players run. You can hear what it sounds like when I run. So if I'm hiding in a bush or in a house, I can clearly hear a person coming if I'm just walking like this. As you can see, crouching down lets you walk nice and quiet, and if you keep in your middle mouse button, your mouse wheel, you walk even softer. Okay, so that's great for stealth and surviving in the beginning. And if you hear someone too close to you, running is always a great idea. But I normally keep in my middle mouse button to not attract any mutants. But if they're not too close to me, I'll just I can walk as well. If I stand still, I can walk. I can walk as well. Okay, holding shift will let you run, and if you leave shift, it will let you jog. And if you press the middle mouse button, it will let you walk slowly. Okay. And yes, another thing is pick up sticks when you can, because if you don't find a hatchet or an axe, you're not going to be able to build the basic items with your base. So sticks is very important. I'm just going to get about 3 sticks. And then you're going to need the rags as well. Just to give you a quick example here, to let you know what I'm talking about, we're going to go to weapons. Oh, almost got a heart attack there. Really, you're going to detect me from there? There we go. Lie down, boy. Okay, so again, when you go to crafting, weapons, okay, and then we're going to go to melee, and here you can see, you can build a hatchet, okay, you can make a hatchet, and you can make a pickaxe. Now with a pickaxe, you'll be able to get rocks from places like these rocks, and with a hatchet, you'll be able to chop wood from trees. Okay, but the main thing here is we're going to need a stick. That's why I picked up 2 sticks. I want to build both of those items. We're going to need 2 rocks, which we'll look for on the ground. And then we're going to need 2 ropes, guys. That's going to cost us another few rags. Okay, so never underestimate rags. Rocks, I normally find next to roads. Right next to the road, but there are places that you can search or walk over, places like this, where you can find rocks now and then. Oh yeah, and you can kill these. I've never done it, but let's try it. You can kill squirrels. Really? You survived that? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, I was wrong. They said you can kill squirrels for meat, but they're too cute in any case. Okay, don't kill squirrels. You can kill wolves by taking a risk, and you can kill, no, just get the dog food. Dog food is great. And then deer. I love hunting a deer. But again, wasting ammo, not a good idea, because my Crisv is empty now. And finding Crisv ammo is not going to be the easiest thing in the world. But okay, we've run across, there we go. I don't really need to crouch. I can just search this area, because clearly there are rocks here. I'm just going to run around and spam my pickup key. I picked up. I don't have any space. Okay. Come on, let's just look here for 2 rocks. We need 2 rocks. There we go, 1 rock. No usable rocks. Okay. So looks like you're on the beach, not too bad. There we go. Thought these on where you see rocks. There we go. We've got the 2 rocks as well, okay, which you can get from mutants as well, because they like throwing you with rocks. But yeah, rags is going to be our only other thing that we need to focus on. Okay, there's a nice boat. Okay, it's drifting, it's hanging in the air there. But I don't use boats. I like using vehicles. But if you want to be adventurous, use a boat. And I normally find the cave from the other side, but I'm going to challenge myself now and see if we can find the cave from this side. There we go. Okay. So, as you saw there, we just kept to the beach until we saw this massive rock in front of us, and we went on the road, and then we just turned as soon as we saw this. And then what you're going to want to do now is crouch down and fall down there. Gonna hurt you a bit, but it's not the end of the world. And you go back into first person view. And these crates are perfect in the caves. Whoop. We've got a mutant. Here, come here, boy. Come into the light. Alright, guys. What I want to do is I want to hit him, and then I want to move around him so that he can't put a bleeding mark on me. Okay. Always rotate so that he can't put a bleeding mark on you. I hope there's not more here. If there's a brute in here, I'm dead. And these mushrooms here, the blue ones, can get rid of your radiation. So I'm going to pick it up and use it. And there you see my radiation is gone. I'm going to pick up radiation again because I'm in by this blue radiated area. But I'll get a blue mushroom again. That's going to be our exit right there. Okay. But I'm just going to show you quickly the spawn locations. We don't need a water canteen. I like the hunter's gloves. Better than the gloves that I've got. And I want to pick up the old gloves. No, can't turn them into rags. So leave them. Okay. Don't go into the water. You're not going to find anything there. So you just want to go. You can put the torch on so you can see more. Just run around this cave. This is a nice little lagoon. You can drop in there from the top. If you guys want me to show you the way to get to that top part, I will in a later video. But what I want to show you is just walk around here, and the places that you're going to focus on are these crates because they hold ammo or great shoes, and like I said, ammo. So yeah, the caves are quite cool. Healing mushrooms you can also use for crafting. Okay, this area is done. Just going to carry on here. The frames drop a bit in the caves, but just hang in with me. Again, just looking for ammo here. I really hope I don't walk into another mutant. Okay. And here we found another healing mushroom. Like I said, I'm sure we are going to get another healing mushroom. We don't need rotten apples now, because we don't have a crossbow or bow to make poisonous arrows. And we're just going to look through here. Look on top of this table. Again, never presume there's nothing there. Just going to look around. I've got a lot of guns here and ammunition. And then getting a helmet and a stove pack. Stove pack's going to be great. Whoops. Get around him. And we got a bleeding marker. We're going to use the bandage to get the bleeding marker away. What we're going to do now is throw off our horseshoe pack and just press G again. And with the horseshoe pack we get an extra row of slots, which is great. We're not going to need that because we've already got a helmet. Just getting the light out again. And yes, you get weapons here, guys. Trust me, you get weapons here. You get quite a nice loot, nice scary location, but just go through this cave and focus on these little crates and the tables and everything, and you'll find great loot. What I'm going to do now is just quickly show you the other way to get to this cave, but what I want to do is just show you how to get out of the cave. Okay, so let's go. Doesn't really matter where you run to. You're going to keep on running. As soon as you see this water, that's that lagoon there where you can dive in from the top. As soon as you see this water, don't go into the water. And then you're going to find this little stream here. And you're going to swim out of it. So there's 3 entrances. The one that I took, the one where you can swim in, which you might think is the easiest, but according to me it's the most dangerous. But I'll be back to show you the other way to get there. Okay guys, I picked up my first guide in a small little lost house, and it's a medical guide. Like I said, it's the first time I've played on the server, so you guys will see I've got nothing that you guys don't have, okay, if you started the game. But at medical, you'll see I can only make an antiseptic bandage, okay, which will heal me faster. But if I research this medical one, then I'll be able to make antibiotic bandage, which will heal you faster and of course cure a poison effect on you. And you can get poisoned by people shooting you with arrows, or yeah, it basically heals you if you get affected by poison. That's why the healing mushrooms are nice, because you can use the healing mushrooms and a bandage to make those. But I'd rather just stick to the antiseptic bandages, which heals you quite faster. And then again, like I said guys, just look for everything, and if you hear something, stick quiet. Just going through the cushions again, and yeah, press tab. And when you climb out of the water guys, remember, if you swim like I swam, if you climb out of the water, your gun is not equipped, okay? So the worst thing you want to do is get out of the water, walk into someone and think your gun is in your hand and click your mouse button, nothing happens. By that time you'd be dead already if you don't run away. So remember that. Okay. Now when you swim around, okay, you're going to find this house. And then if you go up from the back of the house, up the path, you're going to find this gravel road here. Okay, and the easiest way, there you can see the house there, the easiest way to find the cave is if you hit the rocks. Okay, so here's the first set of rocks from the house. You go up this little gravel road here, all the way up it. And you just stick to the right hand side. And let's just see, do you go left here? Yep, left and then a right. And then you can get to the top entrance of the cave. Okay, you can just walk in there and jump to the water, quite easy. So there's your 3 entrances guys. The way to get to this part that I just showed you is from Salton to Woodhaven. Before you hit the first bridge from Salton to Woodhaven, you're gonna get a gravel road to your right hand side, and if you climb onto that gravel road and stick to the left hand side, you'll run into the house. As you see, after years of experience, I sometimes still get lost. I'll just run into Sultan here. This is Sultan, so yes, from the forest area you can still loot areas. I'll be back now to show you exactly the location. But I can loot all these houses if I want to, but that's not what we're going to focus on. Okay, again, there's the gas station. Remember, we came from the other side of Sultan. There's the gas station, and there's the bridge. So like I said, before you hit the bridge, you're going to get this gravel road. You just stick to the left till you hit that house, and then you just follow my directions to the top. I'm going to head to Rocky Ripple now, but before I do that, if you're ever scared of seeing people, this is quite a dangerous technique. But yeah, you can hide on top of the bridge, okay? If you don't want to, if you're scared of people coming from that way. And yeah, it's a good sniping spot as well. If you are challenging people which don't really know how the game works, or not very precise. And of course you can jump down here. If you jump off a bridge because you're in trouble, just remember to jump in the middle, okay? And you will survive the fall. Now from Sultan to Woodhaven, these vehicles in front of me have got great loot in them. So we're focusing a bit on the left hand side of the map for starters, but I find a lot of campers here on full service. People camping on that rock or in the trees or here in the bushes. And because these vehicles have quite nice loot most of the time, it is a very, very dangerous area. As you can see here, there's a shotgun there, so we're gonna throw away our bat. Unfortunately no ammo, but like I said, back seat, front seat, always make sure you're looking at everything, okay? And sometimes by the feet as well. And then the buses have been overhauled, so I have gotten rugged backpacks in here, which is great. But again, remember, when you start off, you're going to just run around on these maps to know where the spawn locations are. Because when the server is full, most of these items would have been taken. So that doesn't mean there are no items, it just means that you're in a very busy area. To get loot, you need to go to these areas that I have told you about, so that the items can spawn again. Okay? So yes, just remember that. If you don't find loot, the area that you're in is too busy, and you need to relocate to another area. Now, in vehicles like this, you need to duck down and look at the passenger side, or you can stand on the bonnet if you want to, and just look at the seats. And like I say, 2 wheels for a vehicle, so you can build up a vehicle, but basically it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of risk. Okay, so if you want to do it on an empty server or quiet server like I'm running on, it's fine, you know. Check your map, get a nice vehicle for yourself and build it up slowly but surely. Just have fun with the game, guys. In the beginning, I just want you to have fun with this game and get familiar with everything and know what the game has to offer. And then you can get real serious with full servers and see if you can survive. But the main thing is, when you start off for the first time, just enjoy it. Take the pressure off. Imagine you're a lone survivor with a few survivors on the island, okay? And you can try and make friends with them, or you can make enemies with them, it doesn't matter. And yeah, what I'm showing you here is on the corner, that bridge goes to Woodhaven, but this is your entrance to peace and harmony, most of the time. Don't mind the lag, it's just because I'm recording. If I'm not recording, I get about 10 to 20 frames extra. So the map has got places which bogs your performance down a bit, but that's not a problem at all. As you can see, we're coming to farm country again, and this place is great. Look at all those little tents that you can get rags and everything. But like I said in the beginning, the first part of the survival guide is for the players to just experience the game and get familiar with everything. And then the second guide will be about, okay, you're ready now. It's like playing a game. This is easy mode. Okay, the second guide will be normal, and the third guide will be hardcore. Okay, so subscribe and like this video if you want to see the normal and hardcore guides. But this is just to get familiar and have fun. You know, get the new buggy for yourself. Damn, I have fun with that thing. On another server that on another private server that I found the buggy, and I'm just drifting everywhere. It's really nice. But like I said, yeah, you can loot. Okay, I've already showed you how to loot everything. So you can loot this whole area. And then what we're going to be doing is just carrying on after we've done looting there. Go down this road and I'll show you the next location. If you guys are wondering why I'm carrying an empty shotgun, because it's not loaded, not one of my guns are loaded, just remember guys, if you press T, you can hit with a shotgun, with any gun, okay? So if I go to my Chris V, I can hit with that as well. And I can still kick, okay? If you want to be good, we'll learn how to fly kick, okay? Just in case you were wondering what's the use. Here's the basic map, just to show you. And as you can see, when your detail of your graphics is set to low, at least it shows you where a little nice new location is, and shows you the dam. Okay, so it shows you two new areas, that area and that area. Okay, that's Orchid Dam and that's another extension. And then Brightmoor, this also got a nice location there with the there. So it's got extended, but as you can see, you can't make out much, and that's why the other map is so important. But I'm going to carry on with this road and let you know where it ends up. Okay, so as you carry on with the road, you'll go over this little bridge. And then Rocky Ripple Trailer Park will be on your right hand side. Now the reason why this is a nice location, it's got mutants which is a bit bothersome, but you spawn here sometimes as well. Okay, but the great thing about this is that, again, it's a quiet area for you to loot. Okay, and again, place looks like this. It's normally got vehicle parts, but these houses here, guys, whatever you call them, are great. Okay, if you don't find any great loot in here, move to another area. There's the nice pants again. But if you don't find any great loot, you move to another area. It means either someone is here or someone's re-looted it. Let's see, behind the table, no gun, but you will find a gun there. Nice loot, canned meat, great. Nice pants. Gonna leave the electric parts, and that's basically how you loot it. Check the cupboards, check the ground, check these shelves for guns, and that's it. That's basically how you loot these places. Always look here for guns, always look here for food, and then we get antibiotics which cures poison, but I've never been poisoned before, so not going to worry about that. Sleeping bags for rags. So as you guys can see, you can find everything you need here. And if a mutant attacks you, you don't want to get hurt, just run and get away, guys. As easy as that. But as you can see, there are spawn locations here. Yes, okay. So after you've looted this place, you run out the back of it, okay? Through the forest. If there's someone there, run through the forest again. And just keep going north. If you ever run into this four-way, that's the Rocky Ripple Trailer Park down there. If you go that way, I think the army base will be on that side. And but what you want to do is you want to turn right. Okay, you're going to get a few more little houses which you can loot, which is great. And then just keep on with this road right down to the bottom. Okay guys, when you follow that road all the way down, you'll get to Stairway to Hope Memorial. Okay, and it's just another nice quiet area. It's not as fantastic as Rocky Ripple or the north side of Pinecrest or Pine Parks, not at all. But it's still a nice quiet area where you can loot. And you will see on your map you do get 2 vehicle spawns here. You get a tractor spawn there by that house, just to show you there in that yard. You'll get a tractor spawn, and right by the shed here, right in front of the shed, around about here, you'll get a quad spawn. And you know I love quads. And then if you look at that Rocky Ripple, you can go into the water past those vehicles. You can go into the water nice and safely and swim all the way in the water till about there, and underneath this hill you'll find a cave. You must just get away underwater there, make sure you don't drown, and yeah, go explore that cave. Now it's getting dark now. I've probably played about an hour, because every 5 hours in game equates to about an hour in real life. And yeah, you guys can't see much at night, but it does get eerie when it's dark. And again, if you find a stream, just walk into the water, and then drink the water that you had, fill it up again, drink it again, fill it up, drink it again, and then just fill it up. Okay, and as you can see, canned meat is great. I've got 52% food, puts me right up to 89. Okay, and yeah, when you've done exploring those nice quiet areas, then you can walk around and find yourself a nice beautiful spot to build a base. Okay, and the great thing about an NT server is you can invite your friends and let them, explore the game with you, and get ideas, do your own kind of role playing, or start to build a very, very big base. And as soon as other people start joining the server because they see more people are playing, then you're already a powerhouse. Okay, but the big thing here is that the last thing is that you're going to have to build yourself a little place where you want to store these items. I've got a shotgun, which is great, and I've got a Chris V, which is fantastic, but I don't want to die with these things in my inventory. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to go to structures, wood, and I'm going to go to other. First thing, I need to build a plot sign. Now, I've got the nails, which is great, but I'm going to need 2 lumber to build the plot sign. Now, you could have picked up lumber by any wooden crates, but what we're going to do now is we're going to go to weapons, and we're going to go to melee, and we're going to build a hatchet. We've got a stick, we've got a rock, we need a rope, and luckily we gathered enough cloth to make a rope. Let's make sure no rope in the belt. No rope in the belt. Okay, so let's go to ropes. We craft that rope. And now we go to structures, wood, sorry about that, weapons, melee, hatchet. We've got everything we need to craft the hatchet. Okay, and crafting is always nice at night. Gives you a bit of protection. There you see we've got the nice hatchet now. Okay. Press Alt, we can look at our nice little custom hatchet. So we just go to a tree. And we wait. There we go. We got one. We got another one. We got another one. We got another one. Okay. So as you see, we've got 4 wood logs now. So now we go to crafting again. Now we go to structures and wood and other. And we need components. So we're going to make the 2 lumber that we need. And then we're going to go to other. We've got the nails, we've got the lumber, so we're going to make the plot sign. And I've always wanted a house by the sea, so I'm going to put my plot sign right down here, because here's a nice little flat area. Right here, there's a nice little flat area where I can make a nice house. So to conceal the sign a bit, I'm just going to put the sign in here. There we go. And this land is now ours. Okay, so the second step that you want to do is you want to go to storage, and it takes 1 furniture panel and 2 lumber. So we know how to make 2 lumber. So we go to components and we see a furniture panel only takes 1 wood log. So again, we know we need 4 pieces for the lumber, 2 lumber pieces, and we need 1 piece for the furniture panel. So we've got 5 pieces there. So we make our 2 lumber. I can hear the flies, very immersive. 1 furniture panel. And then we go storage, and we can make our first little small wooden crate. Now don't worry where you put it in the beginning, just hide it very nicely. You can always pack it up later. Okay, you can pack up all your stuff, but you can pack it up later and you can move later if you don't like the place we are right now. But again, just gonna find a bush right here, and I'm just gonna put the crate there in the bush. Okay, and now what I can do is I can take my cool shotgun, and I can take my cool grist V, and I can take my hatchet because I'm not going to use it in the wild. I'm just going to use that to get rid of the radiation. And what else? It's unnecessary carrying those bullets. I don't have the gun yet. And yeah, carrying the nails, everything that's not necessary for you to carry at the moment. I'm going to take my stick and that. I'm going to wait till I have more rags. Okay, and I've got enough food here. So I'll just organize my food nicely. Put the bandage in there. And put the rags there. Nice and neat. And there we go. So guys, that is the basics. Alright, that is what you're going to need to do. Where you put down your base is up to you. I've put it now on the, by the trailer park side, so it's a bit far away from everything, but it's fine. You know, I can go and build up a vehicle and just have a bit of fun. And I will show you now that experience it for yourself, guys. I'm not going to show you anything. There's a bunch of vehicles on this map. Like I said, the Jeep, if you can find it, Explore the map, guys. I'm not going to show you where it is, okay? I want you to experience this game for yourselves. So go explore the whole map, okay? Get a friend or two to help you to cover the ground quicker. But start knowing the spawn locations. And what you will realize is that it is very easy for you to loot up in the southern part of the map. And then when you're at Brightmoor and you take the road right up to Haywood Valley, you'll get checkpoints. It's like military checkpoints. There will be military tents and scaffolding, okay, that you can search. And you'll find out that those military checkpoints are the places where you get the best loot at the moment. Okay, Haywood Valley is fantastic as well, but the checkpoints at this moment from update 52A is the best places to find loot. And then of course the Orchid Dam is another great place to find loot. And then if you go from Woodhaven side up, it's quite boring up there. But of course Haywood with the police station and the scaffolding and all those places in Haywood will be a great place to find loot as well. But like I said, explore the place for yourself and you will know what the hot zones are, where the best loot is, and how you need to progress. My basic battle plan when I start out is basically to get the rags, because I have got times where I don't find a stow pack because the server's too busy. Then I want to find a few guns, but my main priority will be the nails, because I want to get the base up with the crate, so that if I find any weapons that I can't use or don't want to use at the moment, I can put them there and build up the ammo slowly but surely, so that I can build up an arsenal. And then when I've built up an arsenal, I want to move up north to get better loot. But of course, the more north you go, the more dangerous it is. And a very great place for me to just run around is the middle part of the map. You can see the whole map is like a square. Haywood at the top, Brightmoor at the one corner, Woodhaven at the other corner, Pinecrest more or less in the middle with the military base at the bottom. But that middle section there with the plane crash and the caves and stuff like that, those are also nice places to build. That is a great place for me if I want to build an empire with a clan. I'd build a big base there because it's central to everything, okay? And then again, I love maps like this because there's no floating bases and I can learn everything. But in any case, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you've got any questions, please leave it in the comments below and I'll answer it immediately for you. And like I said, please click that like button if it was helpful, and if you want to support my channel and like what I'm doing, and of course just click that subscribe button and click the bell to know when part 2 and when part 3 is coming out. Again, this is Luthais, and do yourselves a favor, buy this game and just try the options I've given you now and know everything about the game and explore the map and get more knowledge about everything before you start going into full servers. Okay, on the second part we're going into medium populated servers, and I've got a big surprise for the hardcore mode. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Luthais. See you next time, guys. Love you all. Cheers.